All right, you're looking at gold in yen terms. Now, I want to say that every time people talk about gold, they usually show a price chart expressed in dollars. But if it's a bull market, it has to go up in all currencies, not just dollars. But it seems to be passing the test here in yen terms. It's been a vertical move up the last few years. I actually told clients back in 2019, that this breakout above this consolidation would signal a doubling in the price of gold in yen terms in the space of 2 years. It's actually taken about 4 years, but hey, it seems like the trajectory is pretty steep. So it just shows you how fast the yen lost value relative to gold in the last few years. So if you look at it in dollar terms, of course, it looks like gold has been going up, but in yen terms, it's been vertical. It's really been good. So Japanese people probably should be buying gold, or 4 years ago would have been a good time to do it. And if you look at it in sterling terms, hey, look at this. We've got resistance. Maybe we get a pull back to the 3x1 and then we go higher again. But it looks pretty good. Solid uptrend. Again, doesn't matter whether you look at it in yen terms or in sterling, it looks like it wants to go higher. Same thing for Swiss franc. Got a little resistance here. If it breaks this, it might come down here. Worst case, it comes down here. But I think it'll probably continue to rally on the 4x1. I like it. It looks good. Even if you're looking at Swiss franc, very stable currency, but even in Swiss franc, the trend is up for gold. And if you look at it in Canadian dollars, 75-degree line here is offering good support. As long as this holds, it's just going to push it up. It's just going to ride it up and continue a big move up. So that looks really good. And if you look at it in Aussie dollar terms, same sort of thing. Got a lot of resistance here. If you break out above this quad top, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, call it 5 times it's been up there. It keeps knocking at the door. It wants to go up. So I think it will go up. That's probably, a good bet. So the Aussie dollar is going to get weaker relative to gold. That seems like a high probability. South African rand. If you buy gold using South African rand, again, steep 4x1 line. It seems to be riding it. Now, maybe it sells off, bounces off this, and goes higher again. I don't think it's going to take out this line. I think it's going to keep going up. If you look at it in Mexican peso, you can see this 2x1 down from high. We just recently got a breakout. It's been some weeks, some months now, trading sideways just above the line. Now, if it should, in theory, start to move up here shortly. So I like it. And you can see the 1x1 offered solid support. So even if it were to break down, it'd probably find support down here. But I think it's more likely to start a big move up here any day now. In Brazilian real, you can see strong resistance here on a 1x2. You break above that, you'll go back and retest the high and maybe go to new highs. If you don't break out, maybe you come back here and find support on the 1x1 before you go up again. So that looks, that's just keep an eye on that one. If you look at it in Chinese yuan, renminbi, you can see here solid uptrend. Same sort of thing. If it falls back here, you bounce, you go back up again. So I think there's a good chance that the yuan will devalue, not just against gold, but also against the dollar. So that'll be interesting to watch. Let's see how that plays out. That's a good one to watch closely. And if you look at it in ruble, it's just, wow, it's been a one-way street for quite a long time. You go all the way back to the 1990s. You start from this point here, and I do these circles, and you can see a breakout here, a breakout here, a breakout here, and it looks like you came back, you've got support here. the next upshot would be up here on this concentric circle, and maybe all the way up here somewhere. It's been a vertical move up, and so that, if you were Russian and, when Putin came to power back here in the 90s or late 90s, you would probably, it would have been an ideal time to buy gold for your rubles, because the ruble has lost a lot of value. You can see here relative to gold. So gold has been a good hedge for that currency. And it seems like it doesn't matter which currency you use, they all show that gold is going up, except in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been the opposite. If you had bought 1 ounce of gold back in April of 2015, you would have paid 5.45, about almost 5.5 Bitcoin to buy 1 ounce of gold. Now, look at the difference. Now you pay 0.05 Bitcoin. So, that's amazing. 1/20th of a Bitcoin to buy 1 ounce of gold. And I don't know. I mean, maybe in theory at some point, gold will rally versus gold will rally versus Bitcoin, but it hasn't happened yet. And it does look like it's been flatlining down here. I mean, if you get a big rally in Bitcoin, then it'll go even lower. But, at some point, I think the value of gold is that you have something tangible that you can hold on to. And Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin is it's easily transferable on the internet. You can trade with it. You can run with it. So I think that expresses why people are interested in Bitcoin. And I guess in theory, someday it'll be easier to trade or transfer money, etc., using Bitcoin. So that, in a nutshell, is it. Bitcoin is, a lot of people call it digital gold anyway. So there's a limited number of Bitcoin that will ever be in existence. And I think that's where its appeal is. And same with gold. I mean, they can mine more gold, but it is limited. Its scarcity is what makes it so valuable. And so if we look at those two, gold and Bitcoin, I don't know if you want to call Bitcoin a currency, but I kind of like the fact that both gold and Bitcoin have been going up relative to all paper currencies. It's pretty amazing. That should tell you something right there. The printing press at the Fed and other central banks explains why, paper currencies are losing all their value. And governments are pretty interested in just devaluing their currencies every time they get into trouble. And that doesn't look like it's ever going to change. It looks like they'll just keep printing more money. And so if there's a hedge, I think gold and Bitcoin would be a hedge. You might buy silver, platinum, other precious metals, but gold is something that I think people are interested in. And if you look back at all these charts, you can see it's pretty clear paper currencies are not doing too well. Doesn't matter which one you choose. They're all looking pretty bad relative to gold. So, it takes more and more paper currencies to buy an ounce of gold, and that's not likely to change. In fact, if anything, it's going to go exponential here soon with all the geopolitics, the war in Ukraine, the tension with China, and the impending, I think you won't see this elsewhere, but I do have some amazing charts on WTI and Brent crude. I definitely think you want to see those charts. So think about becoming a client for 3 months, trial subscription, check it out. And if you like it, here's the website, www.gannanalysis.net. Try it for 3 months, see how you like it. I do think you're going to want to see my charts on Brent crude and NYMEX crude futures. Pretty exciting charts, if you will. So if I would like to show them to you right now, but I'd rather you become a client. So go to the website, check it out, and register. You'll get a few free reports. And then if you really like it, hit the shop button, try it out for 3 months, see how you like it. You're not forced into a long-term contract. Every 3 months you renew. If you don't like it after 3 months, you don't renew. You're not obligated to continue. So check it out, see what you think. I think you'll like it. And I think you'll be amazed at what you see in a whole range of charts, because we do cover all markets. Whatever you're interested in, we'll cover it.